Okay, this is going to be the debate topic. Leaders are born and not made. Does anybody believe that a leadership is something that you're born with and not necessarily something that can be developed?
Yes,
Kind of.
Yes, and kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, okay, so kind of isn't a team. It's either yes or no.
Yes, for me, yes.
Okay.
Innate.
So I put you on team A. Okay, how about you, Jamila?
I would say yes.
Oh, good. So we're actually going to have a debate. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I'll try this one.
Okay. Sarah, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I must apologize of Shakespeare. No, I disagree.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember in that part, part of reading, we had it?
Yes.
I learned it from there.
Yeah.
No, I disagree, completely disagree.
Okay, completely, 100% agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Camille, how about you?
So I agree that they are made.
Okay, so you're going to be in Team B with Sarah and
Team B, but I don't know, Rick, if I manage to speak because I don't have a lot of time today.
Okay, well, that's fine. We can let you start in the beginning if the others don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let you start in the beginning. So, Samir, how about you? What team do you think the leaders are born or are they made?
I think leader are born is myth. So I choose Team B. Yes.
Okay.
They made.
Okay, good. Johnny, what do you think?
For me, it's a no for both. Neither are born, neither are made. Yeah.
So this team doesn't exist.
Yeah, can I put you on Team C?
No, put me on Team B. But I don't agree they are made.
Team A.
And I don't agree they're born either.
So that would be Team C, right?
Put me Team B.
Oh, Team B. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Did I get it? Oh, Yassine is back. Yassine, what do you think? Oh, you said already. You think on Team B, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you already said. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get this party started, okay? What we're going to do today is December the 23rd, 2017. December is almost over. 2017 is almost over, okay? So the debate topic today is leaders are born, not made. And we have on Team A, we have Brahim and Jamila. Okay, so we have Morocco and Algeria / France. Okay, versus Abir, Sarah, Camille, Samir, Johnny, and Yassine. So we also have half Morocco, half Algeria. We have Iran, Poland, Argentina. Yep. Okay, and then there's, okay, we don't have anybody on Team C. I am assuming people are going to say, well, Rick, you should be on Team C. So I will volunteer to be on Team C, okay? So Rick is on. You guys are going to put me to work. Oh, my gosh, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll start with, normally we start with Team A, but because I get the feeling from Camille that he's got to take off here shortly, if you guys on Team A don't mind, in this situation, we'll start with Team B and we'll start with Camille. That way, you know, he can attend to his affairs. So, Camille, would you like to tell us what you think about this topic?
So I choose to be the first, so it's not easy. But when I thought about this topic, I think that all people are born equal. So generally, I think that leaders are made through their life experience. So if they have some opportunities to become a leader, but because of some maybe things which happen in their life. But what I think about the leaders, I think that this create in their childhood. because generally we as a people we are always from the birth asked to listen someone. So, for example, we are asked to listen at the beginning our parents. Then we learn to listen our teacher. Next, we listen our supervisor in the work. So generally, I think that people are learned and made to be the followers for some of the leader. And in the school, we are not learning how to be a leader, how to be to something like this. The thing how to be leader, how to know something, how to provide the people. We learning how to count. To be good clerks, as I said, to listen our teacher. And I think if in this period some child are talked by maybe by parents or by someone else, maybe he has something inside that he don't want to follow this one stream. And maybe he wanted for example, his parents can said him that you are different and you can do whatever you want. You don't have to follow this school learning, because when you getting grades, you have to follow some way to get this grade. If you think different, you don't get the good grades on the school. So you can.
Okay, Camille, you dropped off.
For someone, so. Finish. So, yes. So yes, I dropped out a long time.
No. We hear you now.
Okay, but I wanted to finish that. I think in maybe some of this young period, the child believed that he can do something else, not be as everybody. And parents maybe said to him that he can do everything. So maybe in this, from this time, he could be made as, for example, a leader in the future.
Okay.
So it was what I think about this.
Okay, good job, Camille. Good job. Thank you. I also want to say welcome to Reda and Aisha. So hello, Reda. Hey, Aisha.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Richard.
Hey, did you guys want to participate, or what do you want to do? We're having the debate now. Did you want to participate and pick a team, or?
Yeah, okay. For sure.
What team would you like to? Do you think that leaders are born or made?
They are made.
Okay, so I shall put you on Team B. How about you, Reda?
I don't know the topic.
Okay, so the topic is leaders are born, not made. So in other words, people are born as leaders. It's not through life experience or skills that you develop. Do you agree with that or not agree with it?
So I agree with the people who just take experience from his life. We can't born like a leader.
Okay, so I'll put you on Team B, okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead. So thank you, and again, welcome to both of you. So let's go to Team A. Okay, there's only 2 people on Team A, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on Team B. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot.
So
we have positive people here.
So Brahim and Jamila, you got to be like, the superpower team. Okay. Okay, so let's go to you, Brahim. Brahim, why did you choose Team A?
Okay, so I want to create some persons from the Team A. The Team B, okay? So I have a question. I have like a question. Can you hear me properly? Yeah, it's okay?
Oh, yeah. We hear you good.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm asking Team B, have you ever seen any leader, the children of the leaders becoming leaders? This is my question, okay? So it means that it's not something that we can teach. This is my point of view. So that's why I choose innate, because it's something that we cannot acquire from learning process, because it's something like related to the behavior and the attitude of the person. Okay, to become like a leader, it's not something that we can like acquire or learn in any school or from our fathers or so there is some noise.
Yeah. I think.
Sorry. Yeah. So okay. I think that there is many qualities that needs for a leader to become leader. Okay, and these qualities, I think that we cannot mix them all and learn them in a school or anywhere. So that's why I'm thinking that leaders are innate. So because you can be like highly skilled in learning this process, but fake. Okay, I can like say that this is somehow high skilled manager, but I can never tell him like a leader, because leaders behave like that, and they don't give you in return anything. There is nothing like money or I don't know, so something like that. So the leaders, you are pursuing them just like that. Okay, and even the leaders, I remember someone asking a leader about their behaves, and even the leaders don't know, cannot even explain how he behaves, and people can pursue him and belongs to his ideas. So this is my point of view. I think I don't have anything.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brahim. No. Good job. You did good. Thank you. Okay, so that was Brahim from Team A. So let's now go back to Team B. So Abir, what do you think? Why would you support Team B in this case?
Okay. Well, I'm totally convinced that leaders are made. If leaders are born, why haven't they till date been mitigated? Leadership is a skill you acquire with time and experience. A leader is a person who comes forward to take the challenge. If a leader rises up for multitude, then that person was already a leader to begin with. A leader is usually charismatic, courage, confident, honest, hard worker, influencer. These are acquired characteristic, definitely not irritating one. I believe that they are made and with great thoughts, the conditions of their lives. Think about it. No one is born knowing everything, and everything has to be learned. Reality shapes us into the people that we are going to be. You don't become leader as the same as you have blue eyes or brown eyes. So you became a leader because of what you do, what you go through, from what you have learned from, and from the mistakes you have made, and because of the people you lead. If leaders are simply born with abilities and skills and qualities, fully formed and everything. So what's the point of the university? And why are leadership and management courses are so important in and are popular like over the world? I mean, really, if you were born a leader, why you study? Just hang out and I don't know, just sleep. And why the leadership programs and the training were made for? So think about it. It's like leadership, it doesn't happen over just a night. It doesn't come like from a romantic dinner and boom, you are born leader after later, like 9 months later. So leadership comes from daily hard work. It comes with experience, with skills, and with knowledge. For example, like Martin Luther King, he had a dream. Yeah, that's true. And I'm sure that that dream didn't start at birth. A leader needs followers, and I am sure that Gandhi didn't have them when he was born. So, in the end, I can say, and I'm convinced about the people who believe that leaders are born is just they are. They make excuses to be lazy and to stay all the rest of their lives useless. So yeah, that's my point. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, good job, Abir. Good job. Okay, I was writing down a note. I like that reference to Martin Luther King. I was writing that down. Okay. So let's go back to Jamila.
Yes.
Yes, come on, the 50% of Team A, okay? 50-50, okay? So you better be powerful, okay?
Yes.
I would try.
Okay.
You know, this is very interesting because I have a question for Team B. Because what you're basically saying is that we can produce leaders, right? So why we don't have so many leaders in our societies? We don't. And she mentioned Martin Luther King, why he was the only leader. And actually, we had you at the time with all the issues the American people, Black society had. I mean, they were all in the same environment, right? So why we only had one person stepped in? Why? To me, saying that we can educate people to become leaders, that's to me sounds very easy. And if we look at the society right now, that's not the case. I mean, being a leader, it's not a skill. I am sorry. I mean, it's a behavior. This is who you are. I think we can teach people leadership skills. They can learn. We can teach people to be more confident, but you cannot be a leader if you don't have these predispositions. You cannot. I mean, that would be too easy. For example, me, I cannot say I am a leader. I am confident, but I cannot lead people. This is different. I mean, being a leader, that's a lot of work. You need to inspire people. You need to have an attitude. You need to have charisma. And to me, people are different. We are born with predispositions. We are born with a baggage. We are born with some kind of criteria, if I can call them that way. And this is exactly why, to me, it is nice, because we are all different. And to me, saying, okay, we can teach people these kind of things, it's not okay to me. It doesn't sound fine, because then let's go ahead. Let's go and be all leaders tomorrow. Just show me the curriculum, what I need to learn, what I need to do, and I would become a leader. This is not how it works to me. You can teach people. People can learn a lot of things, obviously. They can learn. And actually, the social circumstances, the interaction they have with people, that does have an influence. It can reinforce positively or negatively their behaviors, right? But they have a nature. We all have natures. I mean, people are naturally smart. People are naturally predisposed to like maybe arts. People are naturally predisposed to like, math. This is why I do think we always talk about diversity. Why diversity? Diversity is not only talking about the color of your skin, your origins. It's also about your personality. And to me, this is about personality. You cannot change someone's personality. You can influence it, of course. You can reinforce some kind of criteria, but you cannot really change the real nature of someone. If you are a leader, you are going to be a leader, whatever the circumstance is. Maybe it's going to be hard in some kind of context. I do agree, because you have some people, they were born in some kind of in an environment, and they didn't have all the they didn't have the circumstances to if I can say, to blossom and just to achieve their full potential, just to show people that they were leaders. But I guess if they change the environment and something happens and they have the opportunity to show these leadership skills, they will. And for example, if you look, we were talking yesterday, I think about, I think Rick, you mentioned it, when there's an accident, right? I'm sure not all people are going to rush and be this kind of leader, could do this, we need to do that. No. I'm sure that all of us, we do know what needs to be done, right? When there's an accident, we all know. But we don't have these natural predispositions to do it, to take these, to act. And to me, this is exactly why I do believe that leaders are born, and you can maybe teach someone some leadership skills, but if it's not really their deep nature, they will never be really leaders. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. I'm trying to capture that last part, because I just want to. Since I'm going to be the judge, I've got to keep all my notes. So the point that you ended with it there with, and because you guys only have two guys, so or two.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're distinguishing between true leadership and having some leadership skill.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Interesting. I don't know, Team B, you might be in trouble. I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, Rick. Sorry to interrupt, but we have both asked the Team B, and we still not received any. Yeah, so we want them to answer.
Okay, well, we'll give you guys a chance now. I think real quickly though, Camille, were you going to say something?
So maybe if will be the time for answer for Jamilia.
You wanted to answer Jamila's question?
Yeah. So maybe quickly. I think the leaders they don't teach the leaders in the schools because don't need the leaders. You don't need the leader to work in a quarry, to work in a school, to work in a shop. For example, who has a power now? Why he needs the leaders to drop him off from his position? So I think why the leaders is not teaching on the school, for example, because nobody needs them who has a power.
Who's talking? Excuse me.
Camille.
Okay. So did you have a question or?
It was my answer. No, it was only one I wanted to add.
Yeah, I think he was responding to something you said.
It was a response, yes.
Okay.
So, thanks.
Okay. Okay, and hope Olivia feels better. Okay.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to her, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, hope she gets well. Okay, and feels better. Okay, thank you, Jamila. Thank you. Very well put. Interesting. Like I said, I don't know, Team B. You might be in trouble. Maybe. So let's go to Sarah. And also, and I think also when you speak, Brahim had a question that he was asking Team B to answer. Can you repeat your question again, Brahim?
There was also Jamila's question. Okay. So my question, it was about why we don't meet like the children of the leaders becoming leaders. If it's something that we can
it's hereditary. It's hereditary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I can answer that. Exactly. Why we don't see a leader has children is a leader too. It's like if you say leaders are born, it's like in genetics. So exactly that shows that leaders are not born. That shows like leaders are made.
Well, actually, your point is very interesting and I like it because I'm going to use it against you. Because, I mean, if let's say you have your parents, they are doctors. It doesn't mean you are going to become a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Because when you are born, you have predispositions, you have genes, you have a baggage, and it's different from your parents, right?
But from where you get your genetics or genes?
This is not
from where? From your parents. So,
not necessarily your parents or your relatives.
Like 50% from your parents.
You don't get your personality. I mean,
I don't get my personality, so I can being a doctor. It doesn't mean like my father is doctor. I have to be doctor. It means that I'm smart, maybe, but I don't like to be a doctor. However, about leader, you say it's like leader genetics. When you speak about genetics and genes, it's like hereditating things. So exactly, if why leaders they don't have like a father where like was a leader before him or a child. So it's about genetics, and that exactly proves that leaders are not born leaders. That means that they are made for.
Well, actually, when we say that leaders are born, it doesn't mean every leader is going to have leader. This is not what we mean. And when we say predispositions, genes, baggage, right? That means you are born with that. It's your personality. This is like having how can I say that? It's like having do you see the books where kids they color them. They have things and they need to fill out the gaps. It is this. You are born with genes, and this is your personality, right?
But like genes like I get my genes from my parents. I don't get it from anyone.
No. This is
scientific.
Okay, wait.
Scientific thing, this. Gorilla.
Okay, well,
I get my genes from my parents. Like from where I get my genes.
Okay, so let Brahim go ahead and provide one comment, then we'll move on to Sarah. Okay. So
okay. It's about genes. We are talking about the colors of the eyes, the colors of hair, but we are talking about prenatal qualities. These qualities, it's not like something that it's about like qualities that can lead to a leader or not leader. Okay, so that's it.
Okay. You guys completely confused me, but that's okay. Okay. I don't even know who's on which side anymore. Okay.
Yeah. See.
If I was paying attention, maybe I think that you guys just switched sides. Okay. I don't know.
No, it's clear. I am on team A. She's on team B. It's very clear.
Okay. All right. Okay. Their arguments. Okay. So let's move on to Sarah. Sarah, please don't be confusing. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. What should I say now? Okay. Please, Rojano. Okay, I say Rojano. Sorry, Jamila. I can't, say something against her because I love her so much. I don't know what should I say now. Oh my God. Okay. Please accept my apology because this is my idea. I want to say my belief. Okay, I disagree with this topic because I believe that a person can become a good leader by learning. Okay, and he can learn skills by practicing and observation and gaining some experiences. I think a good can seek opportunities. He can learn He can learn how to use opportunities for communicating and I don't know, be effective for people. And usually people who are ambitious and curious or sociable are more likely to become a leader. Maybe they think they are born with it, but it's not true. No, never. I think we can't say leadership is in their DNA, and I think it's not true. You know what I'm saying. How can I explain? It's true that some people like to manage others or capable of making good decisions, but the most important thing is dealing with people and having the ability to adapt himself with all circumstances. These things are related to the skills which can be achieved by making an effort. They must try to find it. They know themselves and know what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? We know the best leaders who have had self-confidence and they try to learn and develop. I mean everyone can be a leader. Let me make it clarify for you. For example, at school, when a teacher make a group for doing some exercises or I don't know, studying math or science, the teacher determines a person as a leader and tell him what he should do. Then that student, by listening and learning some skills, try to conduct the group in the best way. And this role will be changed by teaching, by teaching, and each of them could be a leader. You know what I'm saying? And the teacher can understand, and a student, one student, for example, could play this role in the best way. Who could have credibility, and others relied on him. The students who could persuade others and followed different styles. That students learned how he coercive and showed his confident and had authoritative. So definitely he can learn leadership skills by listening and using of strategic hello.
Yeah, we're here, Sarah. We're here.
Hello.
Yes, and for instance, if he imagines a picture of the place where he wanna work and visualize his plan. You know, I learned it from the reading parts I studied, and you taught me actually, and visualize his plan in his mind and analyze the information about whatever he wanna do in his mind. They will have enough motivation and can organize everything, you know, in the best way. I mean, he can learn how manage people by learning skills and using other leaders' experiences is so important. Or I don't know. He can innovate and introduce changes and new ideas by having the special skills. He must be a good listener to get some information and elicit them, and show his positiveness. How can we say? I think. How can we say leaders are born with all these qualifications? I think, you know, it's crystal clear that these values must be taught, and they will learn these policies leaders are made by struggling and hardworking. For example, can we say a person is born doctor or engineer? No, never. The same is true for leaders. They listen, they and learn, and use other experiences, because they have motivation, they have aim for achieving their goals. They work hard. So, in conclusion, I should say that responsibility and integrity, confidence, self-esteem. This is so important, self-esteem, and getting along with people, and learning the skills and knowledge are so important for being a good leader, and all these elements that I mentioned can be achieved by learning. So leaders can make, not bored. Oh my God.
Okay,
Please accept my apology. Just Jamila. I don't want to disagree with her.
Oh my gosh. It's nothing personal. This is love and war, okay?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I had some pauses, and sometimes I forget whatever I want to say. I don't know, maybe I must, improve my self-esteem as well, like those leaders when I want to talk.
You did good. You did good there. Okay,
thank you so much for listening to me.
Oh, you're most welcome. Okay, so let's continue on with Team B. Oh my gosh. Let's go to Samir. Samir, why do you believe that leaders are made, not born?
Okay, can you hear me? Hear me, Richard?
Yeah, we hear you good.
Okay. So I think leadership behaviors, like any other human practice, it's combination of genetic and environmental factors. Yeah. I think leadership consists of set of skills and behaviors that can be learned by the time. For example, if we take the leaders about the history, throughout the history, and ask their leader how they become the people they are today, I doubt they will say they were born with a unique set of gifts. Instead, they will tell you stories of their fighting and struggles and hardship and hard work they did before. I think leadership, it's not personality. If we take, for example, Nelson Mandela, and for example, Winston Churchill, or last time, Bill Gates, and ask them if it's easy, if they born with this talent, I think the answer, it will be not. And also, if we look at their personality, I think they have all different personalities. And this is the question for the personality it's born. This is the answer. Another point. I think the great leaders of history have always been self-made. I want to focus to this word, self-made. Leadership is not the result of your genetic makeup or specific kind of personality. Leadership is collection of skills and hard work, most of which can be learned, developed, and improved. Leaders aren't born. They are made, and they are made just like anything else, through hard work, and that's the price we will have to pay to achieve our goals, or any goals in this life. we need to ask a question. For example, if someone asks you a question, are you a leader? I think it's not the correct question. The correct question, it will be, what kind of leader are you, or you wanted to be in the future? Yes, because so leadership, it's learned, not by attending classes or by through deliberate practice consistent of feedback, coaching, and experimentation. So, finally, yes, I think leadership is developed like all other skills through deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is about taking risk, working hard, stretching yourself, and stepping outside your comfort zone. So the idea that leaders are born, I think between brackets, it's destructive leadership myth. When you believe leadership is the result of your genetic, you are much less likely to take initiative and learn from your mistakes or commit to personal development. Yes, leadership is not something you are born with. It's not, and it's not the result of our DNA. Leaders are made when they connect their purpose, unique strength with deep passion to make difference in the world. I think instead of to ask, are leaders born or made, you should rather ask yourself, what contribution will I make in this world to achieve my goals? I think this is the end of my opinion.
Oh, Samir, very, very well put, Samir. Very well put. Good job. Interesting. You guys are going to make it actually kind of hard. I thought this was going to be easy, but you know what? It's not actually going to be that easy. As a judge, okay? As a judge. So let's go ahead and continue. I would like to also welcome Jasmine is here, and Saif is here, and Rajano is here. So welcome to the three of you, okay?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Ray.
Hey, hey.
Hello.
Are you guys?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
I want to be listener. I'm busy now. I'm cooking now.
Okay.
Okay. Time dinner. Sorry.
Hope you're cooking something good. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And also, I think Kaniz is here too. So Kaniz, actually, let's go ahead. I think Kaniz, we didn't give you a chance to choose as well. Did you want to pick a team that you want to participate in?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Do you think that leaders are made or born?
I think leaders are born.
So Jamil Ibrahim, you have somebody else on your team. Okay.
Finally.
Oh, yes. Okay, you guys are okay. So before we let you speak, because we've been listening to Team B, let me also ask Saif if Saif would like to participate. Saif, did you want to participate on the team? Saif, are you here? Hello, Saif. Mr. Sudan.
Hello.
Hello, Saif.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Did you want to join a team?
Yes, I want to join Team B.
Okay, I'll put you on Team B. Okay. Okay, thank you, Saif. I'll let you know when it's your turn. Okay. And I would like to ask Rajano. Rajano, did you want to participate?
I would like to participate, but I don't know what's the topic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, we had earthquakes, many earthquakes.
Oh my God. When I see the image, and at the top of the image it says "Dreams of Motion," I am gonna make assumptions that you know everything. Okay.
I know everything.
Okay.
Except the topic today.
Okay. The topic. Well, no. I know that, and again, I mentioned this to Sarah because she also lives there in the same area you live in. So again, I'm happy that you and your family are safe, and sorry for anybody that was hurt by the earthquake. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so the topic is, are leaders born or are they made? Basically, do you believe that leadership is something that you're born with, or do you think it comes about through our life experiences and things that we learn as we grow?
Is it a discussion or a debate?
It's a debate. It's a debate. So if you don't think that leaders are born, then by default you're on Team B. So what do you think?
Leaders are born.
Oh, you think they're born?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, they're
So
born.
Finally, yeah.
Team A has
Talent.
okay. Team B, you guys have
It's
some
talent.
competition now. You have some competition now. Okay, I mean you had competition before, but now you have more competition. Okay, good. Okay, so
Yeah.
I tell you what, let's go to Team A then. Let me see. So Samir, you're the last person in Team B. So let's go to Team A, then we'll go to Johnny and Team B. So Kaniz, can you tell us why you chose Team A?
Okay, because I think that leaders are born, not made. Because there is saying that the great man theory and the traits theories believe that people inherit certain qualities and traits that makes them better, suit to leadership. So I think to sense that leaders do not enter the world without extraordinary, or it's like like people by birth, they come up with the genes, and they have by birth they have ability to lead someone, or they have got some talent. Whenever you born, whenever you come into this world, you have capability uh, to have that kind of qualities that leadership have. So I think there are certain characteristics that people have and becomes leader. So I think but we can learn the way we can also learn the skills. It doesn't mean that you are a good leader once you're born, which means that as you go on, as you go over the time, you can also learn the different leadership skills. Um, what else? Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay. Thank you, Kaniz. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay. So Johnny, let's move on to you for Team B. So Johnny, why did you choose Team B?
Okay. I will try to be brief.
Okay.
I said that leaders are not born, nor are made, but I will focus on one point. Um, I would mention something that Jamila said yesterday, and Abir mentioned it today again, and that was that you are not a leader if you don't have followers. I think that's a very important premise because I don't think that any baby have followers. And for me, at least, being a leader involves things like having vision, um, being committed to a goal, to the people who share your vision. A leader for me is someone who takes on the responsibility of striving for people's dreams and hopes, and I don't think that any baby is willing to do that, nor any kid. He or she also has the tendency to put other people's interests before his or hers, and I think we all know that kids are mostly selfish, and they don't show that kind of trait. They have to be taught how to be a little bit less selfish, and a leader is not that much selfish. And I think that being a leader also involves having effective communication skills, and that doesn't. I mean, you need to learn that through your life. That's not something that you are born with. You don't born speaking, right? Or recognizing what you can say or what it's better not to say. I think those things, that thing you learn through your experiences. So that's not something that you're born with. Um, it also involves recognizing the need of the masses. That's also something that you don't born with. You need to see the world. You need to see around you. You need to recognize what you have, what people need, and again, you don't born with that kind of skills. You need to open your eyes. You need to see around you, You need to learn how to do that. For me, it also involved knowing how to deal with people, because you are going to deal with people, and that ain't easy, you know. That ain't easy. People are difficult, and some people are more difficult than others. And as a leader, I think it's certainly a good trait to know how to cope up with that, and that's something that you're not born with. You also know, a leader also know how to use his or her resources. And again, you need to open your eyes and see what you have and what you can have, or what you don't have and what you need. And a baby doesn't born with that kind of skills. You know, we learn how to do that. Also, a leader for me is someone who learned from the mistakes of others or from the past. And again, you don't born with that kind of knowledge when you're a baby or when you're a kid. You need to learn all the mistakes that people had done, so you are not going to do that, so that your project or your goal or your dream or your aim is going to be successful, because you're going to try to do something that nobody else did in order to ensure that you're going to be successful, and that the people that you have behind you are going to appreciate that. So that's something that you don't born with. Uh, a leader also has to have, in my opinion, passion for the common goal. When you have a goal and your followers have also the same goal, the same dream, the same vision, you know, for me, a good leader is someone who has a passion for it, who doesn't give up, who also always keeping that goal in their mind, and it's passionate about it. He speaks about it with passion, and trying to find a way to deal with everything. And I don't think that's a quality that you are born with. I think you learn how to do that. I think that yes, there are certain qualities of your personality, certain traits that you are born with, that could definitely help you uh, if you are going to take on the responsibility of being a leader. But if you don't have all the other things, then you're not actually a leader. Uh, be- because like we said before, if you don't have followers, it don't matter how good you are or what kind of personality you have, you're not a leader if you don't have followers. Um, So for being a leader, you, in my opinion, you need to have all those things, not only your personality. And if you don't have the complete package, for me at least, you're not actually a leader. You're maybe someone with a good traits, with good qualities, right, that will help you in your life. But if you don't have all the other things that you cannot have at your birth, then you're not a leader. So that's my point.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Johnny. A lot of interesting points. You guys are not going to make this easy. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not making it easy. I was hoping it would be easy, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and read. Yassine wrote a pretty long point here. I will try to read it since his connection is having some challenges. Okay, so I'll read it. So Yassine says, I don't think that leaders are born to be a leader. So albeit I think that there are always gifted people who are blessed with good genes to be effective on what they are doing. My arguments are the following. Leadership is not about race, ethnicity, gender, and so on. Because in every nation, we can find leaders. We can find leaders even in a tribe in the deepest jungles of Amazonian forest, or in every tribe we read about in books. And for genders, it is quite similar, or there are even studies that suggest that women can be more effective leaders than men. Leadership is all about accumulating a body of knowledge and acquiring certain skills. So it is about learning. Thus, to be a leader, yes.
Sorry, but I some post the most recent one. Just from.
Okay, your connection is not good, Yassine. It's really hard to hear you. Okay. I'm not sure if he was asking me to stop. Was he asking me to stop?
I think he was trying to say that he updated it.
Go ahead.
He changed something.
Oh, he updated it. Oh,
Hey guys,
okay.
everybody, hey
Okay.
Rick.
Hey. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue. You updated it. Oh, okay.
He posted something else. You should read the second one.
Okay. So I'm not gonna go back to the very. Okay. So I'll go back to the very beginning. Oh my God, you guys are gonna kill me. Okay. So I don't think that leaders are born to be leaders. I think that there are always gifted people who are blessed with good genes to be effective on what they do, not leadership genes. My arguments are the following. Leadership is not about race, ethnicity, gender, and so on, because in every nation we can find leaders. We can find leaders even in a tribe in the deepest jungle of the Amazonian forest, or any tribe in Africa, the USA, Europe, or any other place. And for genders, it's quite similar that there are even studies that show that women can be more effective leaders than men. Angela Merkel, the German Prime Minister, is a very good example. I agree with that. Leadership is about accumulating body of knowledge and acquiring certain skills, so it is about learning. Thus, to be a leader, you should work hard and persevere, so the more you are passionate and willing to be a hard worker, the more you will become a successful leader. There are no scientific studies, at least till now, that proves there are peculiar type of genes that leaders possess. Not forgetting that we share 99% of apes' genes. So to be a leader, a writer, a scientist, or any glory position, you just need to believe in yourself that we are equal human beings, but just work hard, be passionate, and don't give up. Okay. Thank you, Yassine.
Very positive people. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you did another one. Is that the same one? Okay. All right.
Brother.
So let's go ahead and let's continue. We're going to give Jamie, give you and Hiroki a chance in a few minutes, but I want to get to everybody that's been here. So let's go ahead and go. First of all, so that was Johnny. Let me go now to Rajano. Rajano? Rajano, would you like to speak for
Oh,
TK?
yes. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So.
Okay. About this topic, I wasn't prepared to talk about it, but it's a very personal idea that I have about being a leader. I said that I think leaders are born. It's not because of the personality or skills. If I compare leadership and management, I could say managers are made because there are skills associated with being a manager that people learn it, how to be a manager, how to conduct a business, how to manage a group of people, employee to work in your business, in your company, with you, for you. But leadership is about some traits that people are born with. Imagine that there are 3 children from a family or more. All of them raised in the same situation, condition, by the same parents, but not all of them not all of them choose the same job or fate for themselves. There are some traits like focus. A leader can't achieve the goals for himself, herself, or for the people that follow them without focus. And I believe that focus is something that we're born with. We don't, how to say it. There are, from the very early ages, we see that infants that can focus on things learn better and can avoid distractions. And this goes with them if they want to be a leader in the future. The other things I believe is very important is patience. Patience is something else that, as a mother, I see it, and I believe that not all children born with patience, because I see that some are very impatient in achieving their needs, when they ask their parents to do it from the early ages. So it goes with them. So a leader needs to be patient in the challenges that are there in the way that he or she wants to achieve the goals. The other thing that I believe is not made, cannot be made, is let me think. Sorry, I forgot my words. I was thinking about them. So I said patience. I said focus. The other thing is transparency. I believe that leaders are transparent. They can't be successful with their followers if they're not honest and tell the truth to them. So, and I believe that it's something that people made with. There are more things that I'm really not focused to talk about all of them right now. But all in all, I believe that there are traits, not skills, traits associated with successful leaders.
Okay. Rajana, we lost you, I think.
She made her point. Good point.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So let's go. Let's continue on. Let's go ahead. Aisha, did you want to share us with your idea, please? Aisha, are you here? Hello, Aisha. Aisha. Okay, maybe she stepped away. Okay, so let's go to Saif. Saif, tell us why you chose Team B, please.
Hello, Richard. Hello. I was.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Aisha. Hello, Aisha.
Yes, I'm here. Now.
Okay.
I was away from the phone.
Okay, so tell us why you chose Team B. Okay. Hello, Aisha.
Are the team builders? You can say those persons who are like who have different followers, which they follow the instructions or the actions of their leaders, and leaders are those people which are basically the source of inspiration for their public. So according to me, leaders are there are a few chances that might be the leaders are inborn, but according to the environmental circumstances, according to the situations, and according to the the place where they are born, it really influences their leadership skills. So leadership is basically all about learning different things, and they should have the leader should have the abilities to tackle different problems according to the situations, and all the things are according to the situations which influence the decisions taken by the leaders. So mostly they are they have the abilities according whatever they see, whatever they have in their mind, plans or VNs. If their VN is clear, definitely if a person's VN is clear, he would be a great leader. But according to the environmental circumstances as well, the leaders do have certain decisions which are like which have good or bad influence what they think or what they do. So I think mostly the environmental circumstances affect the decisions taken by the leaders. So there is a certain percentage that they have inborn talent of leadership, no doubt, but the environmental circumstances do affect. So that's all.
Okay, thank you, Aisha. Thank you for sharing that. And
Yeah,
again,
well,
it's nice to hear you again. Okay.
thank you so much.
Okay. Saif, are you still here? Saif? Saif. Hello, Saif. Mr. Saif. Mr. Sudan. Okay, maybe he's away. So we've had 3 people join us. We're going to go ahead. We'll allow the 3 people that join us to go ahead and pick a team, and we have enough time. We have about 25 minutes left to wrap this up. So I think we have time to allow the people that join us a little bit late to participate. So Hiroki, did you want to pick a team and tell us whether you think leaders are born or not?
I think maybe I'm not sure of the genes part because I'm not the expert of that. But as far as I know, maybe there's no such genes to relate to the leadership, as far as I know.
Okay, so you would be on Team B then, it sounds like, right? So
I'm not sure because there are sometimes kind of not kind of a race or such kind of thing, but personal trait could relate to such, but also it has a kind of maybe environment or kind of skill.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what team you would be on.
Yeah, so maybe still I'm not sure about genes part. Maybe I would choose other,
Okay, so you'd be on Team B. Okay, all right. I'll put you on Team B. Okay, let me go ahead and ask, and we'll give you a chance in just a second. But I want to ask Jamie. Jamie, what team would you like to join?
Same. Oh, well, yeah, I'd say Team B. Yeah, leaders are leaders are born. Leaders become leaders by some other means.
Okay, so you're on Team B. Okay, and Mila, would you like to join a team?
Yes, and I think that leaders are born.
Oh.
Two on B, 2 on A.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we're gonna give you guys. We're gonna give you a chance in just a second.
I still love you. Mila.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to Hiroki then. Hiroki, tell us why you chose Team B, please.
Yes, and actually, I was thinking about race. You mentioned that. Actually, every race has their leaders, so maybe in that sense, race is not a matter. Talking about genes, and as I said, I'm not sure about genes, how genes relate to such things. So scientifically, I mean, so, and for example, in my experience, I'm not a different. I myself think I'm not a leader type, but if I'm truly interested in and such things, or if I have to do that, I became like a leader. I don't think I'm a leader, but naturally I thought, oh, now I might be a leader of this group or something. That happened to me. So environment or such kind of things make us a leader. That's my standpoint in this debate.
Okay. So you're focusing more on the environmental part. Okay, got it. Thank you very much, Hiroki. So let's go to Hiroki on Team B. So let's go to Team A. So Mila, tell us why you chose Team B. I'm sorry, Team A. Team A. Tell us why you chose Team A.
Because it seems to me that every one of us is a leader, but we can be leaders in different circumstances. Sometimes we have some events when only we have the most
the biggest amount of energy, and this energy make us leaders. But I'd like to, as a teacher, I just speculate as a teacher. I've seen a lot of children, and I think that each of that children is like a universe. Not children, not even adults. We not exactly sure what is inside us. And it seems to me that leadership skills is like small seeds inside us, and like in ground, right? Spring comes each year, and everything started to grow. The smallest seeds also, they wake up and they start to grow. And I think that people who think that they are not leaders, or they don't have leadership skills, or that you should improve and maintain your leadership skills. I totally agree with this opinion. But it seems to me that if you have a leadership skill seed inside you, you can grow it. For example, if you had a seed of pumpkin, you can grow only pumpkin, or tomato, or cucumber. Doesn't matter. If you don't have this seed, you can't plant it. But the main idea is that we have all kind of seeds inside us, all kind, and it's up to us which seeds we are going to choose. So we are like universes, billions of universes, and we can create ourselves if we'd like to be leaders, if we'd like to maintain these leadership skills. So please grow these skills, take care of them, maintain them, practice, take some classes, learn from other leaders, be actor at least or at last. Try. And I don't think that each leader is like become leader at once. Yes, some children, it's obvious, oh, this one is a leader, but he's a leader in this group. Maybe in another group, he isn't a leader, he is a follower. The role changes each day, each year, every time. But again, this guy or this child who was a leader and then he changed a group or a society and became a follower, I think he would be a leader again if he would like to work at himself, if he'd like to grow his leadership skills and make them bigger and obvious for others. That's it.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead. Let's save any more questions until the end because
I have a question.
Okay, but let's save it. What we'll do? Yeah, when we finish, we'll allow you guys to go ahead and have a little discussion. So I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance, if possible, to speak. So let me move forward. So, Saif, are you here, Saif?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. Tell us what you think, please, Saif.
Yes, I wanted to hear Jamel, but unfortunately I was away on that time.
Too bad.
So, I don't think leaders are born to be leaders, but leaders acquire leadership through education. And when through education they learn leadership, they qualify themselves, they get experience, and most of the time they imitate other leaders. And if you look all over the world leaders, for example, Martin Luther King, he was struggled to be a president, and he was in a prison for 27 years. Then he became a leader, and I think he is one of the greatest leaders in the world. And most of the leaders, they learn leadership through education and they get experience through their work.
and their followers. And leaders, they listen to people. What the people they want, then they can follow their people. And that's my opinion. But I don't think people they are born to be leaders. No one is born in this world with something. For example, a teacher, a doctor. We weren't born to speak English or Arabic, but we from life we learn how to speak English and Arabic, I think, and other languages. And this is like the leaders in the world. And thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Saif. I'm glad we can hear you. Okay, I'm happy we can hear you. So thank you for sharing that. So I don't think so. Let's go ahead. We're going to go to Jamie, then and Jasmine. We'll go to you. Okay. So Jamie, can you tell us why you chose to tell us why you chose Team B, please?
I chose Team B because in some instances, leadership can be learned. If you, like I said yesterday, if you're like the vice president of a country and then something happens to the president, you should either follow the president and then do what he did, and or then go by yourself. But to get back, let me get my own. A leader is defined as someone who commands respect and knows how to run either a company or a country or a business. Those who make good leaders have great charisma and are very popular. If a leader is very popular, then they'll stay in power for a long time. If the leader is unpopular, then he'll be overthrown. But also that could also be pertain to dictators. But in essence, a good leader is definitely commands respect, but as someone said yesterday, they have to be people have to follow him. Or he tells people to follow him. No. A person, a leader won't have to demand someone to follow them. The person would follow them of their own free will because they believe in what the leader is saying. And a good leader will last for a long time, and definitely and hopefully will have an impact on those who has led. Hi, Sarah, and hi everybody. Thanks, Rick.
Okay, thank you, Jamie. So let's go ahead and go to Jasmine. Jasmine, you want to give us your opinion? And you chose Team B. I think he chose Team B, right? What team did you choose? Yeah, Team B. Okay, so tell us why.
The leadership can be learned. Learned. I think Team A, right?
Yeah, you're on Team B. Yep.
Okay.
So tell us why you think that.
Okay, leadership can be learned. First of all, I'm working at private school. In our school, teachers are teaching how to become a leader. Teacher give the students some topic. They want to give you a speech in front of the other students, like public speaking. Because some rich parents want their kids being leader for their company. Already their daddy's boss. If their kid is shy, they send their kids to do sport, to do tough sport like wristlet, to make them strong, because brain connected with the body. They try to give their kids some courage, and leadership need to persuade the people. It's not easy, but it can be learned. That's it.
Okay. Interesting, Jasmine. Okay, so thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think let's go ahead only because we're going to give. I know we said we're going to not allow the others, but we only have two other folks here. I want to give them the chance as well, since we have Moyo and we have Catherine. So Moyo, did you want to tell us what team you would choose? Do you think leaders are born or made?
Sorry, teacher, I have just come. I'm so late, so I don't feel like participating tonight. So sorry for that.
Okay.
I just want to listen.
Okay, that's fine, and nice to hear you. Okay. So, Catherine, how about you?
Um, I believe the teams can be made.
Okay, so you would be on Team B. So tell us why you think they can be made, please.
Um, because nothing is impossible. It's. I think it depends on the environment. If you really want to be a leader, and if you have the chance to learn some leadership skills, and also because of the environment, if you have to, for example, there are maybe group of people, and none of them have some experience before, and only you have, so you are at that situation and you have to be the leader. I think if in such a situation, and then you have to become a leader. So maybe after several times, and you gradually know how to improve and how to lead others, and how to improve the team spirits. So I think it's the leaders can be made just by learning and by improve the skills, and also by accumulating experience.
Okay. Thank you, Catherine. Very well put. So I think we gave everybody the opportunity to speak. So what I want to do now is, I think, Johnny, you said that you wanted to ask a question to Team A, right, Johnny? Okay, go ahead, please. Uh-huh.
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think I made the same point in the chat, and I told you, not because someone is born with leadership skills that he is a baby leader. No, I said people are born with leaders. That means they have predispositions, they have these qualities, and they need the right circumstances to come, meaning maybe they can be 10, maybe they can be 15, maybe they can be 20, in order to show these leadership skills, right? And I'm sure I don't have the records, obviously. I don't know all the leaders in the world. I don't. And like I gave the example, Martin Luther King and all the leaders, if you, people in Team B say, okay, this is something we can learn, why, let's say in the United States, well, let's say they have the same education level, they educate their people in the same way, why not everyone in the United States is a leader? Assuming that being a leader is a good thing, I guess it's a positive thing. Why people are not leaders? Not everyone in the United States is a leader, right? Only some people are, because you cannot teach passion. This is not a skill. And I do agree with what Rajana said. Management skills, you can teach. Leadership skills, you cannot teach someone how to be a leader, how to inspire people, how to be passionate. You cannot teach that. Thank you.
Okay.
So there is another point. So,
Can I say something?
Okay.
Well, hang on a second. Brahim, go ahead, Brahim. Go ahead.
So I think that there is a mixing up between the seeing the picture is a big picture about leadership, and leadership is not a job, okay? So they are mixing up about innate. It doesn't mean that innate we not like learning something and become at the end of leadership. It's not logical. So when we are talking about leadership, is innate, is this guy have something, and not, it's not genetical, okay? It's not in genes, okay? We don't know where it is. We don't know. He behaves like that. I just want to point out that because we all need to learn something to become something. So we are not referring to innate as like not doing anything and becoming something. Okay. There is another point. It's about my niece. I have like seen her when she was a child. So she was really leading children, and now she is a CEO of a great company. Okay, so I think that we need to stop believing that everyone can lead, but everyone really can be effective, but not everyone can lead. Okay, so that's it. I think.
Okay. Okay. All right. So,
And
so
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Abir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to refute Mila from what she said. So she said, like, everyone is a leader. And that's proof that everyone can be a leader. Yeah. So what makes the difference is that some develop their skills, other don't. And it's like the same like when we are babies, we are all born like we can swim, but yeah, we can swim. So it's like and when we grow up, some are a good swimmer and some others are not because they didn't develop their skills. So again, leaders are made.
Okay.
Okay. Question of perspective again.
May I answer? May I answer?
You know what?
Go ahead.
My monologue.
Yeah, go ahead, Mila. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
swimming is not a patient like patient. Swimming, it's not. It's good not compared to patient.
Okay, Mila,
Be
go ahead.
patient. Okay.
We talked yesterday that leader has followers, right? And I think that at least once alive, everyone has a follower, at least one follower, at least one person can say, okay, I agree with your idea. I'd like to join your idea. And we provide our ideas quite often to others, to say the truth. And I'd also like to say that why not everyone become a leader? Because I call it blossoming for children. I noticed that a lot of parents they would like to make their children leaders, to make them play several musical instruments or be a good artist or a dancer and so on. But any child is like a flower, like a rose. A rose has a lot of petals. Okay. And when rose starts blossoming, it covers one petal by one petal. If we'd like to grab one petal inside the rose and say, maybe yes, there is that petal inside the rose. It's hidden petal. We cannot see it. But if we'd like to pull it out and show, oh, we have this skill, wonderful child, it's not correct. And sometimes children, they don't like to blossom. They try to cover and they won't show any of their skills because they don't want to others to make them harsh, to make them do what others want. And again, about that leadership, we can learn as language, as some list of skills. If you want to speak any language, you at least must have a tongue, right? You must have this too. But leadership is the same. If you have this seed, this tool inside you to be a leader, you can be a leader. If you don't born with this seed, you cannot be a leader. But any child should believe that he has a lot of seeds, every seed inside him, and this can help him or her to create everything what he want or she want in his life or her life.
Okay.
Sorry, Mila. I've been looking at Sturf's question, and can I give him many examples of people who led when they were children. I have been thinking about someone, but she wasn't a child when she led. She was a teenager. In the 15th century in France, there was a woman called Joan of Arc, who led who led the French against the English when she was only 19 years old, and became really respected. Unfortunately, she was caught by the English and burned at the stake, but she commanded enough respect that the French would follow her.
Okay.
And also, Rick, also we didn't touch on this, but if a king or a queen has children, then the prince or the princess listen to their parents, and so when they ascend the throne, they can do the same. They can hopefully govern the same way as their parents did. So children can be primed as leaders when they're very young. So when it's their time to shine, they can either emulate their parents or carve their own path.
Okay. Well, what we're gonna do? Listen, we're gonna wrap up here in a minute. But before we wrap up, okay, since I'm the judge, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna.
Oh, and Brooke's a good leader too.
Okay, so, well, thank you, Jamie. What I want to do, I can't go through everybody. We had a lot of people here today and a lot of good feedback. So first of all, thank you, everybody, for providing that feedback. That was really, really good. Well, I haven't decided yet. Okay, let me go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to summarize what each team said, because there's no way I can repeat back everything everybody said. So in summary, what Team A focused on, I thought there were some really good points that Team A brought up. Very strong points, I think they brought up. They brought up the idea that people are predisposed, okay, to certain characteristics or certain traits, okay, and I think we can look around us and we can look at our siblings. If we have siblings, we can see that, okay. We are predisposed to certain traits. I think that hopefully nobody's going to argue with that, because I think it's pretty factual, okay. All of us are different, and again, we are predisposed to certain. Some people are more patient than other people, etc. Okay. So the other thing that Team A brought up, I thought that was pretty interesting, is it's kind of the same thing. But if we look at people that are predisposed to be an athlete, right? Some people are runners. Some people are swimmers. Some people are, do other sports. Okay. So we see around in our life, people are predisposed to certain things. Okay. I thought that was really important. The other thing that I think Team A brought up is something that was brought up at the end, was the idea that, I think you can see it. And it's interesting, Jasmine, you're a teacher, Mila, you're a teacher. So both of you are teachers, but you approach it a little bit different way. So it kind of made me interested. So Mila, what you're saying in your teaching experiences, you see for young, because I think you teach young children, right?
Right.
Okay, so you see in these young children, you see some of these young children take on more of a, I'm assuming, a leadership role, more proactive, right, than other children are, right?
Right.
Okay, so that's your experience. So that's worth noting. That I think is important. Okay, now on Team B, Team B's major arguments were that basically, if we look at around us, we can see that many leadership skills can be learned, right? You can teach people certain things. They can also adapt based upon their environment and learn things based upon their environment, right? That was a large emphasis from Team B, was the environment. Hey, Hiroki, can you mute your mic, please?
Sorry.
Okay, sorry. So, from that, Team B put a lot of emphasis on the environment, and the idea is that as children, we start with what we call a clean slate, or what we would call a blank page. Okay, that was some of the argument from Team B. Okay, everybody starts the same. Okay, but that again, Team A made the argument that children can be predisposed to certain characteristics. Okay, so those arguments were kind of conflicting with each other. The other thing I thought that Team B emphasized is that I'm sorry, Team A. Something Team A brought up. Rojano said is that she used the example of a manager versus a leader. Okay, that was a very important point as well, because we look at the skills required in those two areas, and some people would argue that they are quite different, and some of the skills that are applied in a leadership role are quite different than, say, a management role, because of the people interaction that you have as a leader. Okay. Team B, I got a lot of notes here, so just give me a second here. There are a lot of people that spoke. Okay. Team B made some arguments about, using examples, Nelson Mandela, Winston Churchill. Like some of you brought some of these names up. Self-made. Okay, these are people we know historically speaking, maybe through circumstances of their, they were thrust into. Okay, they developed these skills. So that in general were the two, high level points that the two teams are making. There's a lot of detail, and again, this is all on YouTube on our channel. So if you want to listen to yourself talk or somebody else speak, you can do so. This is hard for me, and let me tell you why this was hard for me to choose, because both teams made very good arguments. I think both teams made excellent arguments in this debate. But before I make a decision, I have a question for both teams. So the skills, okay, I think we all acknowledge that leadership is more than a position; it's more than a role. Okay, right? I think most of us would agree. It's a philosophy. It's a way of looking at things. Okay, it's a mindset. Okay, it's not just a position. Okay, so when we think about that and we think about the skills, we spent the past 3 days talking about the skills necessary to be an effective leader. Well, I shouldn't say just effective, a good and effective leader. Okay, I use the word good. Okay, as an adjective. Okay. Okay, we think about some of the qualities we talked about, right? Compassion, effective communication skills, respect, honesty, integrity, vision, commitment, okay, integrity, confidence. So when we think about these skills or traits, okay, can we all acknowledge that some of these are not necessarily learned? That some of these we inherently have within us. Would you guys agree with that? Both teams agree with that? Or do both teams think that these are things that can only be learned?
Repeat your question, please.
Well, what I'm saying is that in order to define a leader, you have to understand the traits and the skills that go with being a leader, okay? That define what a leader is, okay? So, for example, being an effective communicator, I think most people would argue that that's the skill they can learn, right?
Yes.
Maybe not easy, okay? But that's a skill they can learn. Most people would probably say yes. Maybe not everybody, but most people would probably say yes, okay?
Yes.
But things such as compassion, okay? Even honesty, okay? Those are more traits that we have. Okay, that's different than effective communication, right? That's a skill. Being honest and being compassionate, these are characteristics of a person, right?
Excuse me, you want to say that some people are genius when they are born. So this is the reason that they want to be a good leader.
No. What I'm trying to say, okay, is I'm trying to say that in order to understand whether leaders are born or made, first we have to understand those qualities that go with being a leader, okay? And those qualities include both skills you can learn, but it also includes characteristics of who we are as our character, okay, as a person. And a lot of people would say that our character isn't always, that there are certain aspects of our character that, we come into this world with. Now, people may disagree with what I just said, but, some people would say that, okay? So, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's a combination of things is what I'm trying to say, okay? And so for that reason, when I think about an effective and good leader, I think about it's an aggregate, okay, or a collection. I think somebody said it earlier. Somebody used the word collection. It's a collection of traits and skills, okay, that really define, an effective and good leader. Okay. So I'm going to go with Team B. And let me tell you why I went with Team B. I don't disagree with some things that Team A said. I strongly agree that some people are born as natural leaders. Some people have. Jamila made a comment earlier, and I was thinking about something I read some time ago. It's about potential. Okay, right? And actually, Mila, it's the same thing you were talking about. A lot of people have that potential in them. Okay, now it may take a situation, or it may take a certain circumstance or an experience to bring that potential out. Okay, but I do believe that some people are natural born leaders, that they have some of these inherent traits and characteristics. Okay, but that's not exclusively so. Okay, I think the most effective leaders and are the ones that have those natural talents. Okay, I do believe that. Does that mean that somebody cannot be a leader just because no, I think people can be leaders, but the most effective leaders are those that have these traits that are inherent to them. I believe that. That's my belief. And so but let me finish, please. But if I look at the debate topic, I would have to choose Team B, because I think there are leaders that are made through circumstance, okay, or through skills they learn. But I would say that that's the minority, not the majority.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's what I would say. So go ahead, Jamila.
Well, this is very interesting because, I would like, I would like from now on all the people that are in Team B to be leaders, because you are all saying we can learn it. So go ahead, please. Learn it and all be leaders.
Oh yeah.
To me, that's not easy, people. You know what? You can never. Okay, I'm very serious. You can never force someone to go against their nature. You can teach them things, but it doesn't mean they are going to be successful. It doesn't mean that they are going to apply those skills. It's very hard to inspire people. It's very hard to drive people. It is very complex to be the person people look up to you. It is. And if you don't have this passion, if you don't have this drive, if it's not inside of you, you can never be a leader. I'm telling you, and that's the truth.
Well,
yes, but you must, give a chance to people to be a good leader by learning, by making an effort. Am I right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
when you say you are born in, with these traits, so you are not allowed to do that. So because you are not genius enough, so it's not fair, I think.
Like for example, I gave the example yesterday of George Washington being a good leader. He started out he came from a rich family, but they're mostly farmers and laborers, but then over the years, he gained enough trust and charisma to rise to the rank of general and eventually to the president of the United States. And when he died, someone gave a eulogy of he was first in war, first in peace, first in the heart of his countrymen, and he was the only one United States elected, both president. He didn't have any opponent both either time. And there are places that are named after him. There's Washington State, Washington, D.C. A lot of places are named after him because of that, I think. And because he is probably, in their opinion, one of the greatest Americans ever lived and one of the greatest presidents. But, there are other great people like Gandhi, Kennedy,
No, I understand that. But just if you allow me to respond to what Sarah just said. She said it's not fair. Well, maybe this is not, maybe this is pessimistic, but life is not fair. And to me, a lot of people are not successful because they don't know what they can do. To me, for example, let's say you are the leader and telling people, okay, you can do whatever you want. You can become whatever you like. That's not the truth. In order to be successful in life, You need to know what are your skills,
exactly,
what you are good at, what you can do. To me personally, I'm not good in maths. I will never be good at mathematics. Never. I mean, maybe life is not fair. I will never be a good scientist. Never, because I don't have the patience for that. And to me, that's the point. Because to me, this is very dangerous to say we can all become leaders. That's very dangerous.
No, I don't think I would never agree that everybody can be a leader. I don't agree with that. I absolutely
well, this is exactly the point of Team B. That's their point. Because you can learn something.
It's not our point.
No.
It is.
It's not.
It is actually.
They're putting words in our mouth.
Team B was stating that there are circumstances where leadership can be something that's developed. Okay, that's now.
I know. I don't remember that.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically what they say. Now, I agree. I agree, and I made this comment already, but I'm going to say it again. Most good leaders are, to me at least, they have certain traits. Okay, and often they're abstract, right? Okay, what is compassion? Okay, that for a lot of people that's an abstract term. Okay, what is okay? So I mean, the point is that these abstract terms. If you associate somebody that you think has good leadership skills, like some of the people we talked about earlier, you'll find that they practice these things, and it wasn't something that necessarily that they learned, okay, per se, but maybe something that came from within them, okay, right? Maybe based upon some value, okay, that they, okay. So I think Jamel, that's why I was trying to say that if the topic had been a little bit different. Okay, I probably would have gone with Team A, but I think because it was an absolute, okay, that's the reason why I went with Team B. I would agree the vast majority of good leaders are those that have some kind of character or traits, okay, and I think they are inherent, okay. So
well, that's why I think you make a good leader of this group, right? I mean, you had your army training, which gave you the drive and discipline to lead all of us. Plus, you are very compassionate. He tried to say, and everybody, all of us, like and respect you. And like I said, respect and honesty and drive are what makes a good leader. I mean, like I said, respect is earned, and you have to get to know somebody before you can judge them. They say you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, if I had just met you, I couldn't say, "Oh, Rick's a good guy. He's gonna be a good leader." No, it took time for me to understand that you're a good leader. It took time for me to understand that Jamila is the way she is. Like Yassine is the way she is. Like Sarah is the way. We all have the drive. We all have the innate power to be leaders. It's just that we have to learn how to hone and use that power in order to make our leadership skills shine. So we all can be leaders. You just have to choose to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, I'll give other people a chance to speak if they want to speak.
Yeah,
I like that idea. Maybe we have a possibility, but maybe some environment made us to be a leader. For example, blue blood family in the United States, they can get better education or get much better opportunity than expectation inside the family probably huge to be a leader for them. So that's my
but some people, if they won't go on that blue blood thing, some people expect, let's say, if they hear the name Kennedy or Rockefeller, that they expect to be good leaders. But some leaders of families have gone by the wayside. I mean, one of some Kennedys have been drug addicts. Some have been murderers.
Maybe some people, maybe cannot deal with such pressure inside the family.
No,
but basically, maybe human has a possibility, but environment regulates such possibility.
Yeah, going back with the Kennedys, I mean,
education.
Sorry, someone said. John wasn't going to be wasn't supposed to be the president. Joe Jr., one of his brothers, was trying to be president, but
my point is they have a better opportunity, a better than ordinary people in America.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Have you guys ever heard? We're going to wrap up here in a minute, but have you guys ever heard the statement? First of all, does everybody know what adversity means?
Mm-hmm.
I know you know, Jamie.
Well, okay.
Does everybody else know what adversity means? Adversity.
What is it?
Let me type.
Adversity.
Let me type.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's basically going through hard times, right?
Yeah.
Think about somebody going through adverse conditions, going through a hard time, right? Maybe a death in the family, maybe they lost their job, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, divorce or something. Okay, so there's something I really strongly believe in, and I've listened to this quite a bit, and I was listening to some people that I admire a lot in terms of speeches they've given, etc. And there's a saying that adversity doesn't make you who you are; it reveals who you are. If we think about what that means, if we think about what that means, that those characteristics of who we are exist already. Okay. When we go through a hard time, it does. Now, I would argue in some cases that it changes, certain aspects of who we are. But I strongly believe in that quote. Probably the vast majority of time that going through a challenging time or going through adversity doesn't necessarily make us who we are, but it shows others who we are. It shows ourselves who we are, right? The capacity to work through a relationship problem, right? The capacity to reach out and help somebody in a conflict zone, okay? If there's war.
Yeah.
So I do believe in that pretty strongly, okay?
So that actually supports the opinion of Team A.
No,
So
and
we win.
I
We
told
win.
you, and I told you, I mean, there's certain elements what Team A said that I strongly agree with. I strongly agree with a lot of the elements that Team A said, because I do believe.
Let me ask you a question. Just a question.
Sure.
Let's say someone comes to you, okay, and they say, okay, I would like to be a leader. What would be your answer?
I will not follow that person.
Well, what would be your answer?
Ever.
Okay.
Well, the answer will be like, what's your experience? What did you learn?
Yeah.
From life. How are you a leader to hire you to that position? So you are again in our team.
Well,
so leaders are made.
Yeah, if somebody. No,
Yeah.
okay. So I've had this example quite a few times. Okay, let me kind of discuss or explain what he said. So I've got a lot of engineers that work for me. Okay, and again, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, etc. Okay, and technicians. Okay. So often for these people, they know that in order to get promoted, okay, particularly in the government, okay, you need to take on more responsibility and work in, positions of leadership, okay, either as supervisors or later on as higher level managers, okay. So it's obvious that most of these people know that, being a supervisor or a manager is they have to demonstrate some leadership ability. That's one of the, when I evaluate somebody on my team and my other job, that's one of the first things that I check is on their leadership skills. Okay, have they demonstrated some leadership? Okay, do they show the potential? Right? Do they show the potential to be a leader? Okay, so I think Jamila, to answer your question, at least from my perspective, is I would sit down with a person, first of all, find out why they would want to take on, because it is a lot of responsibility, and a lot of people don't realize that.
So,
they think, oh, I might get a
you
pay.
see. I think the sentence you said proves it all. You said, I would like to know if they have the potential.
Yes.
So it means not everyone does. So
No,
if you don't have
agree.
the potential, you cannot do it.
I agree. I would agree with you that not everybody can be a good leader. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
And I have a problem with that, Jola. I mean, no one. I mean, if someone came up and said, "Oh, I want to be a leader," I mean, that sounds a bit arrogant. I mean, you have to prove, like Riskin's saying, you have to prove yourself in order to be a leader. Don't you can just say, oh, I can just wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm gonna be a leader. I'm gonna be a president. No, you might be able to dream that you'll be president, but you have to actually prove yourself. You know,
Yeah.
by
There you go.
Yeah.
You
Like, from
understand
where
that.
you get the potential? From where?
Richard, I have a question, Richard.
Uh-huh.
What about, it's question for the team A, what about the other people who are not born as leaders? What can do to be leaders, or they
none
will
of us
be
are born
just,
leaders, Samir. None of
or
us are
they
born
will
leaders.
just, or they will just stay followers?
Yeah, followers, no
Question.
chance to be leader. He can be a good manager. I don't know, but not a leader.
Yes, but I think it's destructive. It's a destructive idea, or how can it's destructive idea. I think if they are not born as leaders, I think the two are the same equal to be leaders, and they will work to do it. And if the other things, if they was born as leaders, I think it will be not equal.
Well, Go ahead.
It seems to me that the question of who would like to be a leader is not the exactly correct question. It's incorrect. It seems to me that good leader, he doesn't think that I want to be a leader. It's unnatural. A good leader just think about his idea, something that burned him inside him. And that fire inside him can inspire others. But if someone thinks, would like to be a leader, I would like to be a cool guy, it's not a leader.
Well, it depends.
That's what Johnny's saying.
Yeah, it depends what kind of intonation you give to that.
Yeah, I
Because it's not.
No,
it's not about.
No, Johnny, you
it's
said
not about,
I want to be a cool guy.
no, it's not. It's not about waking up in the morning and say, I want to be a leader. No, it's not how it works.
But I want to say something, guys.
Okay.
Richard, our leader for that group, and the other teachers like Jamila, like Johnny, don't think a high standard quality of leadership, right?
Thank you.
What was the question?
You are thinking all the time big leader, like president, like
I wouldn't
company boss, something like that. Everyone can be leader.
Yeah.
Well, I
right?
Sorry. Well, I think everybody, again, think about it this way. Okay, look at the definition of leader. Then think about all the skills and characteristics that we associate with being a leader. So there are some people that can be an effective communicator, but maybe they don't feel compassion for others. Okay. Or there are some people that maybe can, provide a vision, okay, but they're not honest with people around them, okay? So, really when we think about leadership, we're thinking about the collection. I think Samir's the one that said it earlier, the collection or the aggregate of these traits and characteristics and skills that are applied, right? Because anybody can, you might have somebody that's very honest. I have people that work for me. So, for example, are maybe data analysts. They sit at the computer all day long. They never talk to anybody else. They're happy looking at numbers all day long. Okay, that's what they enjoy doing. Okay, but they won't lead a group of people. They don't have any desire to lead a group of people. Okay, they're very happy doing their own thing. And
you have to have the drive.
So the point is that we're all different. We all have different characteristics. Okay, and some people are more extroverted, some people are more introverted, right?
Yeah.
So you can't say everybody can be a leader. I don't agree that everybody can be a leader. What I do agree is that people have certain elements or qualities that we can associate with being a leader. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
That means Rick, that we win. The team A. Okay.
Everybody wins.
Yeah. It's
There we go. Everybody won.
yeah.
Well, hey, it's,
I think Team E and Team B equal.
I don't think in these debates there are no winners and there are no losers. Each of us
So
give
team
honest. Yasmin. Each of us gives our honest opinion, and we all have our opinions are our own, and whether we choose to believe in the other opinion is up to us. And I think the reason certain team wins is because a lot of people, or Rick believes they made better arguments. But in essence, all of our arguments I think are valid and solid.
well, it's like I said. I think Team A made some really good arguments.
Yeah.
I really was interested when they talked about when we're predisposed to things, because I think that is true again, and they use some really good examples. Some people are natural born athletes. Okay. Right. Some people have stronger math skills. Okay. I'm like Jamila. If you ask me to do 2 + 2, I'm going to tell you it equals 5. Okay.
I can do like general math, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, but calculus and algebra, forget it.
But the point is,
with practice, you can learn math.
Oh no! With practice, you can learn, but it comes easier for some people than others. Okay, that's the point. Okay, we are predisposed to certain things that make it easier to gain these skills. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we've had a long discussion. 2.5 hours. Okay.
Okay.
So,
real debate.
Yeah,
Hello,
it was
teacher.
good. It was good. It was very, very good. And I would like to say thank you, everybody. It was really awesome. We had a lot of people from different countries, a lot of really good ideas. And I think this whole week, hopefully, we were able to learn some things. And yeah, it was a really successful week, very productive.
Hello, teacher. Before wrapping it up, really, I would love you to add me that IELTS group. The other day you told me you are going to add, but I was not there still.
You know what? No. Yeah, you know what? And I think Johnny is here. Johnny was looking for your registration on the form. Johnny, this is the Moyo's the one I was mentioning, and you said he wasn't registered. I think you said, right?
Yeah, sure.
What we'll do is we'll send you the link. This is Moyo's the one I mentioned the other day. Hey, if I could get the microphone. I don't know where the noise is coming from. Yeah. So what we'll do. Okay, that's better. Okay. So the other day, Johnny, remember I mentioned Moyo, and I was saying that he's from Somalia, and he wanted to join the group, and you said that you didn't see his name on the registration form.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is Moyo, I'll send you, in case you didn't fill it out already, I'll send you the link to the form. If you fill it out, then we'll add you as soon as possible. Okay.
Thank you so much, teacher. I really appreciate it.
I didn't forget about it. I asked Johnny about it, and he had told me in chat that you weren't registered. So I'll send you the link. And
Moyo, one more thing. Don't call him teacher. Call him Rick.
Yeah, okay, Rick. Okay.
You can call me anything you want. I don't care.
Just call him. Just don't call him wait for supper.
Just don't call me lazy, okay?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, everybody. Okay, so Moyo, I'll send you.
Hey.
Okay. All right.
Take care, everybody.
Gosh.
What do you say, Steve?
Yeah. I said that. We know that some people, they were born genius, like Tiger Woods, Albert Einstein, and Charlotte Bruno, and Salvador Dali, but we haven't found any person. These were genius, but we don't have any leader in the world.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, and Bubuti, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to hear you, Bubuti. Okay. Bubuti.
No problem.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
No problem.
problem.
And let's Well, real quickly,
by the way.
Well, real quickly, Bubuti, do you think leaders are born or made?
Oh, it's a tough question. It's a tough question, but I think. Yeah, but I think there are some of these qualities that are intrinsic to the leaders, and we wait the circumstances that will reveal the real leaders. That is why I think they are mostly born with some of this quality, but we need to acquire others in order to make the whole thing work together. Yeah.
So I want to add one point there.
Yeah, go ahead, Rifat. Go ahead.
Okay, so like you see that while you just go to this in terms of political leadership, then you find that sometimes if any person like prime minister died, then his children come to the power. So makes a sense that the leadership is coming from the childhood or something like that?
Well, I think it might, but again, we have to be really careful that just because a person's in a position of a leader doesn't mean that they're a leader, right? No. We see people that are in positions of leadership that I do not consider to be leaders. Okay, good leaders. Okay, maybe that's their title. That's their title. And, that's all that is the title. So I think often we see in many parts of the world where the children of a politician, or if it's a monarchy, the king or queen, something like that. But I don't always think that necessarily they're a good leader just because they're a leader. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you, everybody. Again, we have posted this on YouTube, so we are going to.
Oh boy.
So if you want to listen to yourself, enjoy.
No.
And
God.
Because we won't see you before Christmas. I know not everybody practices Christmas, but regardless, we wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy
Merry Christmas, Rick. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas. Also, Merry Christmas to you.
Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël.
Okay, but we'll see you before 2018. Okay.
Yep. Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Bye, bye, everybody.
Hey, Rick, don't eat too much pumpkin pie.
No. Okay. Bye, bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye.
Very much. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed today's session. If you would like to participate in the next conference, we invite you to check the schedule and the topic at dreamsandmotion.com/group chat. Thank you very much for participating, and see you next time.